Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 11:35 a.m.
Hi, welcome back to my channel where we shamelessly talk about the things that make us smile. Today we're going to be talking about ColourPop's new collection, That's Taupe. They were kind enough to send it to me in PR. Thank you, ColourPop. So if you're interested in learning more about the collection and seeing how I got this look, then please stick around. Hi! Oh man, I'm so excited. So here is the collection that we're going to be talking about, the That's Taupe collection. I love it because they're saying it's our coolest collection yet because it's a cool collection or cool eyeshadow collection. This is a little bit intimidating to me because I am not someone who plays with cool tones normally. Like the new Natasha Denona Glam palette, I stayed as far away from that as possible because I was like, cool tones and me do not get along. But because ColourPop sent this to me, I think it would be a really good opportunity for someone who's normally warm toned to go ahead and try this out and see how it goes. Now I'm gonna go ahead and go through these products with you. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun, so stick around. Let's get started. All right, the piece de resistance, in my opinion, is the That's Taupe eyeshadow palette. Our newest 9-pan palette is just so cool, full of cool toned taupe shadows and matte and metallic finishes create the most flattering looks from smoky to everyday glam. Next we have the Snake Eyes Super Shock Shadow Duo. Push these out the side, it's a super cute packaging trick, and then it comes with 2 shades. It comes with the Koosh shade and the Ritz shade. ColourPop also sent over 2 Super Shock highlighters. They sent over Out of Quartz and Seismic. And then we have 2 lippy pencils. They came with 2 shades. We've got the Ashton shade and the Cool BFF shade. All right, we had a bit of an issue. I accidentally broke one of the lippies. We also have 2 Ultra Gloss lippies. So the first gloss is Rattler and the second gloss is Queen Cobra. I also just want to take a moment to show off how cute this packaging is. Do you see how adorable it is? It's actually snake-skinned packaging, and it has like little raised bumps on it. It's embossed. It's beautiful packaging. I mean, all of it is just stunning. They did such a good job with this packaging. My absolute favorite is the Sol Mini Rosé Glow Oil. Now I own so much of this glow oil, it's not even funny. I love to use this stuff whenever I go on a date. I just love it. My actual favorite is the Shimmering Dry Oil. This is the Glow Oil, which is a little bit different, but they're both great. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my foundation down, and we're actually just gonna do it together because I'm gonna be using the ColourPop Hydrating Illuminator, which is like a primer, and then I'm gonna be using the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation. I love how this stuff looks on me. So they actually have a really great sponge applicator. For those of you who follow me, you probably know I'm not like a huge fan of sponges, but I love this sponge that they have. The other thing that I've been loving lately is the Filorga Oxygen Glow Eyes Super Smoothing Radiance Eye Care. It came in the Ipsy October box. I love to put this stuff underneath my eyes. I just think it like, I don't know what it does to my eyes. It's like a shot to my eyes and it looks so good. So I've been using it every time I put on makeup. I love that stuff. I just feel like it makes me look younger. I don't know what it does, but it's amazing. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and put on that foundation and I'm just gonna apply it directly to the sponge. I always forget how dark this foundation is compared to the rest of me. What's so funny to me is this is how I look when I'm tan. I'm gonna apply it to my neck because it's so much of a different color. How do you like my camo shirt? I actually made it. I'm proud of myself. So from here, we're gonna go into the That's Taupe eyeshadow palette. It's so cute. All right, using my Tom Ford number 13, I'm going to just go in with the shade Boa and do that right above my crease. This is gonna be pretty light on me and I think pretty hard to see. Oh, as I build it up, I can see it more. So lately I've been like really into that foxy eye look. And so I'm trying to like faux recreate that with this first shade, and I'm gonna do that throughout. That shade's actually really pretty. That's the thing about like cool tones on me. I feel like they look fabulous, but they always look so dressed up. All right, I'm gonna switch to a slightly smaller brush. I'm gonna use the ColourPop E2 and go in with the shade Python and go just beneath the Boa shade. Maybe even a little on top of it. And actually I'm gonna bring that a little bit more into my crease. I actually love this Python shade. I think it's beautiful. Like the perfect cool tone. I don't know what you call it, like a mauve lavender. I'm not sure, but it's beautiful. And I'm gonna start to bring that Python down a little bit to my lid, just along the lash line, and also a little bit below the lash line. I'm gonna try something a little bit different. I'm gonna use my Moda small shader brush and go in with the shade Rock Steady. I'm gonna take that shade and apply it to my outer corner of my eye, like the outer V. I kind of love that color. And I'm just gonna like follow the line up for that weird foxtail. So I just watched a video on how to do like the fox eyes yesterday, and she was like going very lightly and I didn't do that. But you know what? I'm not gonna like start over and redo. I feel like sometimes with makeup, you just gotta roll with it. You make mistakes and you just keep moving, because when you're doing makeup in the morning for like work or something, or for fun, or if you're gonna go somewhere, you just don't have the time to start over. So for me, practice is about like just not worrying about it, just do it, go out like that, and you will learn for next time. Just enjoy it and have fun. That's my philosophy. I'm gonna again use that small shader brush by Moda and take that Python color, which is so pretty, and apply it into the inner corner. I'm going to go in with the shade Snake Eyes and put that again on the inner corner of my lid, just on top of Python. I am going to wet this. It's such a beautiful shade. I do have a little bit of fallout with that Python shade. Actually, all of these shades have some fallout, which is why I waited to do my concealer last. Next, I'm going to go in with the shade Cold Blooded, and I'm going to use the same Crown C509 brush. I'm going to wet the brush, and I'm going to put the shade Cold Blooded on the outer corner of my lid. It's so subtle, like it's hard for me to see. I'm going to take a Sonia G Smudger 2 and go into that darkest shade Bedrock, and I'm going to line the upper lid with that. And then I'm going to take ColourPop E6 and again go in with that shade Bedrock. I'm going to go into like the inner corner of my eye and bring that shade in, almost like a fox. You know how a fox has that like outline? Then I took the shade Bedrock, and again using that ColourPop E6, I decided to make like sort of a faux cat eye, but really tried to make it a little bit more with that foxtail shape. Now I'm taking the Morphe MB27 and the shade Slated. I'm just going to put that under my brow. I want to do my under eye, but before I do that, I want to put my concealer on. Using my pencil too, I'm going to take the shade Python and put that underneath my eye. What I like about the Sonia G pencil too is that it does not apply too much product. It's like a swath of color. And then I'm going to take my Smudger 2 and go in with the shade Bedrock and just try to get really close to my lash line. Ain't even gonna worry about it. Ain't even gonna worry. She ain't even gonna worry. Oh, wait. That I wanted to use these Super Shock shadows. I really want to use the shade Ritz. I'm just gonna put it over top. Let me go ahead and put on some bronzer. She's sculpted. I feel like you kind of have to be for this like snake look. I'm like feeling this. They didn't send any blushes, but this one blush, the Out of Quartz Super Shock Cheek, is meant to be a highlighter, but I feel like it would be a nice blush on me. This is a Firma 103 brush. Oh my god, I love that. I love that. I think it looks so good. I know it's meant to be a highlighter, but I like it as my blush. It's like glam, like the Glam palette. I would say this is like ColourPop's response to the Glam palette, but is that possible? The Glam palette just came out last month, so how could they have put this together that fast? So that was the shade Out of Quartz. I love that. On top, I'm gonna take the shade Seismic and I'm gonna put that over top. I'm gonna try my finger now. That like takes it up 30 notches. So if you don't like glitter, I maybe be careful with this one. Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 11:35 a.m.
I have places to
Have
be.
a good weekend, Lauren.
Thank you. And because they didn't send lipsticks, I think you're really just meant to use the liner and then put a gloss over it. I really want to go in with the shade Cool BFF. I just love the like taupey, purpley pink. I love that. I love that. I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and take that Ashton shade and put it over as well. I like that. I wanted a more intense look. My god, I love it so much. I don't even know who I am. Like, who am I? And this is the problem with the cool tones. I feel like they make you look so glam, and I don't want to look glam like that all the time, but I mean, I'm feeling it. I'm here for it. All right, so we've got two to choose from. She's sexy, but she doesn't actually look super cool tone too. So I'm gonna go with the Rattler. I like their gloss, but it always gets on my teeth. I don't know why. If it gets on my teeth, tell me. Wow, who is she? I don't even know who she is. That is the completed look. Ah, I love it so much. So I'm like, oh, I'm not a cool tone girl. There's nothing cool toned about me. Well, apparently I don't care. Apparently I love it. I love the cool toned Lauren look. Oh god, it's on my teeth already. I told you it was gonna get on my teeth. I love that. Okay, I can't even like remember what I'm supposed to be talking about right now because I feel like getting to this point took quite a bit of work, but I'm so happy with the look overall. So I actually keep like a little list in front of me that reminds me what I want to talk about, at least the topic areas that I want to talk about when I review the product. What I do want you to know is that I do have a $5 off coupon code, 5Lauren Glitters. You get $5 off your purchase of $25 or more at ColourPop.com. I think that's a really good one to use. It is not an affiliate link. I do not get anything for it. So have at it. Enjoy the $5. I think it's great. I think the packaging is, it's not their like plastic packaging, it's particle board packaging, but I think that's totally fine. I don't know, for some reason I kind of like it. I love that these are hand size and they're so easy. The only thing I will say is the particle board packaging does not come with a mirror. And lately I've really been relying on mirrors when like the mirrors in the palettes when I apply my makeup. For some reason the price was not on the card that came with it, which is so unusual for them. They normally include that information. So you can actually get the complete collection, which is everything that I showed you, for $74. Is it worth it? I mean, that's kind of up to you. This is just one look that you can get from it, which I am kind of in love with. And if you don't have ColourPop products, I do think it's a good investment to try out some of their stuff and to get like a whole face of look. The only thing I'll say is I don't recommend their lip glosses because they get all over my teeth every time. I like when companies release a collection because you know that the lipsticks and the highlighters and the eyeshadows are all meant to go together, the shades, and so you're not sitting there guessing like, will this shade go with that? Will this shade of purple go with that shade of purple, or is this too warm and that's too cool? I don't know. And I always kind of like struggle a little bit with that. So that's why I like the collections. I love how this all is like made to go together. I love the Super Shock Cheek highlighters. I love it. I love it as a blush. I think it looks so good. I'm actually really feeling this palette. I actually think what you really are going to want is the palette and at least one, but maybe both of the highlighters. I think they look so bomb together. The things that I really like about this collection were the eyeshadow, the highlighters, and the lip pencils. I thought that those were so nice together. The gloss, I really do love the gloss, but I can't figure out how not to get it on my teeth. In terms of pigment, I thought the pigment was really good. I'm always impressed with their matte shadows. They lay down really nicely. I did not have any skipping or anything like that. Same with their metallics. I'm always really impressed with their metallic shades. I'm not gonna say they're as metallic as like Pat McGrath metallics because those are special beyond amazing formulas. These are actually pretty close, I feel like, to Natasha Denona. So I really do like this. It feels like a scaled down Natasha Denona glam palette, honestly. And I stayed so far from that glam palette because it's cool toned. Wear time, so I've actually worn ColourPop before and I can tell you that the wear time is really good. What I'm gonna do is go out for the rest of the day. Today it's Saturday at like 11:30. I'm gonna go out for the day, kind of see how things go, and then come back and let you know how it wore. Hey guys, Editing Lauren here. I was too tired when I got back to do any more filming, but it did look great. There was absolutely no creasing. I did put down a primer, so I think that primer helped. It was the Urban Decay Anti-Aging Primer Potion, but overall the two together worked fabulously. And then I did not get to show you the Soul Glow Oil. I'm just gonna put some on right there. See that? And you just, oh yeah. And then you look shiny and glowy. You can put it on your body, like I put it on my legs and my arms when I go out, and the scent is so great. Like, oh my god, it smells like the beach, but better. And then I also pulled out my ColourPop Going Coconuts palette because I know people really liked this palette. Now, I know maybe on screen, I mean, I can't tell, I'm looking at a very small screen over there. To me on that tiny screen, these look very similar, but they're not similar. So these are very warm toned and these are very cool toned. I don't think the look that I would get with this would be anything like this. And so I do really like this. I actually like it better than the Going Coconuts. What's interesting is I bought the Going Coconuts because people kept talking about how good it was and I didn't get it in PR. So I was like, let me go ahead and buy that, check it out. But I like this one better. So I'm just gonna say, like, if you have a choice, I would go for this one. I think I was just sort of talking about personal preference when I talked about the Going Coconuts versus this and the Natasha Denona Glam versus this. This is my preference. I like this one better, and like no one's forcing me to say this, but this is my preference because I like that it's cool toned and I like that it's not that Natasha Denona formula, which I have not been loving lately. And like I said, I really loved those lippies. I thought that they both looked really good together, and I loved the highlighters. Like, I could see using these highlighters all the time. I love how they mixed together with the darker underneath and the lighter on top. And when I used my finger to apply, it was like, bam! I think if you're at all interested in cool tones, for $14, this is, you're not gonna be unhappy with this palette. I think these highlighters are really just gonna glam up any look that you wear, especially when you go for that cool toned look. Super glam. I love this. I love how it turned out. For me, those are like, definitely go for it. And then if you do that, you won't have a lip to go with it. It's on me. You're supposed to tell me when it gets on my teeth. I want to recommend the gloss, but I just can't because, like I said, it always gets on my teeth. It looks beautiful though. So maybe there's like another gloss that's similar. I'm still gonna wear it anyway. But that is all she wrote. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe. Would love to have you join the family, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.